this pillar from the foundation. So they created a foundation that can hold a pillar. As they moved from floor 1, another pillar. From floor 3, another pillar. And the pillars increases, and the masses of the pillars will increase according to the weight intended to be carried by the same pillar. So the pillar will be stronger or weak according and based on what? The weight. So what kind of a challenge are you going through? Look at this man now. He's trying to sleep because he is a pillar that is supposed to become a mentor to many people. But now, because we are speaking what is affecting him, the devils of sleep, they have come. They have told him, now sleep. These people, they want to remove you from your comfort zone. But God must create a situation that you must move from your comfort situation so that he can lift you up. In the book of Job, chapter 9, I think so, chapter 2, verse 9, book of Job, chapter 2, verse 9, that it's going to handle. The results of any situation are brought forward, guaranteed by your confession. Then his wife said to him, do you still hold fast your integrity? Do you still hold fast your integrity? Because integrity here is a representation. Do you still believe in your God? Do you still claim that God is your Lord? Are you still claiming that still my God is there? My God liveth. Are you still standing firm with your God? That is the wife that was asking. Because the wife was testing whether this man has agreed to get out of God so that they can release or unleash a component of destruction, and then curse God and die. So for you to die, you must confess. For you to die, you must say, I'm going to die. For you to die, you must be in a position of surrendering to God. Where for you to be destroyed, for your business to go down, for your family to be destroyed, there must be a confession. A confession that will indicate that I have agreed with the spirit of death. I have agreed with the spirit of failure. I have agreed to be defeated. I have agreed to be destroyed. You can never be destroyed if you are still firm with your God. And that is why the Bible says, even if I am walking through the valley of the shadow of death, I still do what? I shall fear no evil. That is a confession that even if I am a situation that does not allow me to live, I shall fear no death. I shall fear no defeat. I shall fear nothing. And that is a statement of winning a battle. All of us will lose battles because our statement brings I am going to die. Mimi dekere wake ndizona fata wa gutura, ndizona fata wa guthie kou, no to kugwa, no to kuhotwo. Those are statements projected, programmed so that they can bring downfall of your life. What you say shall become. What you do shall become. Therefore, it is very important, and he will never die. He will still be alive until today. It's what you said. Where you will go is where you said. How you will become is how you said. Whatever you confess, failure. If you come and say, my daughter has failed, or I see my daughter will fail, my son will not make it, this job I cannot do, this place I cannot make it, this far I cannot go, that is what exactly will happen. Because God must be in your trouble. And when God is in your trouble, there is no failure, there is no defeat, there is no complication, there is nothing that can work against you. But if you remove God from the challenge you are going through, if you remove God from your trouble, it means God has been left outside, and the trouble will be invited because you have invited the trouble. So once we learn to use our tongue properly, to speak positive instead of speaking negative, then you will not be able to succeed. Should you be a negative person, should you be a positive person, you become positive. If you are negative, you become negative. You claim with your tongue, because that is why Jeremiah chapter number 1 verse 6, 7 and 8, the Bible says, and he touched my mouth and he told me that what I will tell you to say, you will say, and where I will send you, you will go. So Jeremiah required a touch of the mouth. Why? He had said, I am just but a child, I am just but a youth, I cannot be able to do this, I cannot be able to do this. So he had confessed failure. When God realized, this is a man, this is a child that are protected even before he was born, God rushed very fast and touched this tongue that have confessed failure, and touched it and removed the words of failure. Then he put the words of success. Then from there he tells him, whatever I will tell you to say, you shall say. Wherever I want you to go, you will go, because I have removed death from you. I have removed failure from you. I have removed words that suggest you cannot move, and I have put words that suggest to you, you will make it. Even if you are in the middle of the desert, even if you are somewhere that nobody can be able to come and help you, whatever the challenge you are going through, those challenges are allowed by God, because he wants to qualify you to another level. If somebody denies you a salary, God is in it. If you are sacked from a job, God is in it. If you are frustrated in your efforts, God is in that frustration. If you are, whatever situation you think you are in, God is in that situation, because he wants to use that platform to take you to another level, because he wants to tame or to make your mouth be able to learn to speak positive, but not lamentation. But every time you discover you are lamenting, oh, what have I done? Where have I? What happened to me? Oh God, you have forsaken me. Then you have removed God from his position and they allowed failure. Then failure will attack you, failure will destroy you, because death is not from God. Death is not from the devil. Death is from your mouth. You only can confess death. You only can admit to your failure. You only can lay a foundation for your destruction. So whatever you say, wherever you are, it means that you have to know when and how to say it and when to say it. Once you understand that, then you must be able to know that in time of trouble, be careful with every prayer that you make, because when we are praying, we make a lot of lamentation. When you are praying, we make a lot of confession. When you are praying, we make a lot of things. So when in trouble, mark the words of your prayers. When you are really down, mark the words of your tongue, because the words that will come out because of the trouble, the words that will come out because of bitterness, the words that will come out because of lamentation and everything, those words will form the basis of your growth or your destruction. Those words that you speak when you are annoyed, those words that you speak When you are not in position of control, those are the ones that will lay the foundation. And once the foundation is laid, you become desolate. You are destroyed, because the devil is only waiting for you to confess failure so that he can enter into that failure and subject failures onto you, so that he can still then come out and laugh at you. God, the devil is always waiting you to remove God from his position so that he can occupy the same position. Devil has never occupied a position that is occupied. He waits until God is removed from the position so that he can occupy that position, because only one place where both God and the devil can operate from, your heart. And therefore he'll wait until God is not in your heart so that he can enter. When you are grieved, you become so disappointed, so annoyed, the devil is watching closely as an ego, waiting for that silly mistake so that he can enter. Once he enters, he tells you resign from this job. He tells you leave this girl. He tells you leave this family. He tells you leave this thing, leave this job, and walk out. And once you walk out, then the devil will come and ask you a question. Why did you leave the job? Didn't you remember you have a God? Did you remember to call God? The same devil who has advised you, get out of this, be bitter, be discouraged, be what? Then the devil, the same devil that has led you to discouragement, he will cause you to come out from your position, because the devil will never be able to attack you while in your position until they disorganize you from your position so that they can attack you from the position they will put you. They cannot be able to fight you while in your territory. Elijah called the 400 prophets of doom, and when he called them, he never called them to the field. He never called them to go to Kasarani. He never called them to go to Nyayo Stadium. He never called them to go to Nakuru. He called them to his own altar. And once they were in the altar of Elijah, then he told them, perform whatever you wanted to perform. They tried and nothing happened. Why? Because they were in Elijah's altar. Then he knew you can only win a battle if you draw that person away from the basis of his altar. That is the only time you can be able to defeat them. But you can never defeat, even if it's a small witch, you can never defeat them while they are in their cocoons, in their altars, in their places of worship, in their places of strength. You must draw them out. And that's the trick the devil does to us. He draws away. He draws us away from the presence of God. Once we are out of the compound of God, that is where they are going to torment us. That is where they are going to destroy us. That is where they are going to bring us down. That is where they are going to make us not move to the next level. Therefore, watch what you say. Watch where you are. Watch the kind of people that are around you. The people you associate with. The people you live with. The people you walk with. The people you dine with. The people you love around with. Those are people that are of interest. People of concern. Because some are used by God. Others are used by the devil. And that is why you find people that really are capable of destroying you, they are called household enemies. Those are family members, workmates, people you walk around with, people you think they are friends. They are not. They are demons, demon-possessed people sent to come and destroy you, sent to come and bring you down, because they know your weaker points. They know where to touch you. They know the language you use. They know how well you are and how unwell you are. You will find when the demons attack you, demons will be so organized in your disorganized life. They will be so organized to destroy you in your disorganized life. They will come and bring you down in your poverty, in your situations that you are in. They will organize themselves perfectly to make sure you will never come out to poverty. They will organize themselves perfectly because they will be attacking you from one level, in a design, in a pattern. Then they are well organized. But in your challenges yourself, you are not organized. So they know they have to disorganize you for them to be able to come and fight you. And when they come to fight you, they will not come a disorganized foes. They will come an organized foes, because they know you can recoup and come back and hit them. So they will make sure they fragment you. They will make sure you are at loggerhead with your mother. They make you at loggerhead with your father. They make you at loggerhead with your spiritual father or spiritual mother. They make sure you are at loggerhead with your boss, your managers, people of power, people of control, people of influence. He will make sure that the people who can give you a covering are not with you. And that is why mostly you find you can get agitated, you can get disappointed, you can get abusive, you can make things can happen around you. These things are not designed because of today. Most of them are designed because of tomorrow. When they plan to destroy you, they plan to destroy you not today, they plan to destroy you next year. So the destruction will start today. They will organize you how to bring you down. They know you are a king, they know you are a prophet, they know you are somebody who is a CEO. And being a CEO, they will enter into your case early enough so that they can capture much of your space. When they come to execute their plan, they will have destroyed you. When Jesus was born, that's the time he was attacked. The first day he was born, they said every young boy to be killed. When Moses was born, that's the time they attacked. They knew that they said every young boy to be killed everywhere. Why? Because Jesus, they targeted Jesus not because of that one day, not that 1 week, not because of the second week or third week or the third month, because of the 30th year of his life. They planned when he was only young, when he was 1 day. That is when they planned, because of 30 years to come. So the enemies, they will strike. Not now. You see what you are seeing today is a manifestation of a long-term plan that was organized, a long-term arrangement, and they are all organized, well planned to have disorganized you all through, so that they can bring you down. They can never be able to bring you down at any time if they have not arranged, they have not been in a process of more than 10, more than 5, more than 5 years, more than 10 years, more than 5 months, whatever of your downfall, whatever that is eating you now. It didn't start yesterday. It didn't start 10 years, 5 months ago. It was started when you came on earth. That is why God had to protect Jeremiah. He says, before you were born, I knew you. So he covered this boy and protected this boy because of the work that was ahead of him. When Jesus was born, he was taken away to Egypt, hidden there until the king died. When the king died, then they came back. And when he came back, they started taking him to the synagogue. While in the synagogue, the boy disappeared. Why? Because there was a covering, a star. The star that led them to Egypt, the same star, kept monitoring this boy and covering this boy, because he was on a mission. Both sides, the mission of the Lucifer, they had a plan to kill him. But while the other side of God, they knew at the age of 30, he will be used mightily to succeed in this world. But look here, as he was going through his life, he went under synagogue at 12 years. Then he went through classes after classes. Immediately, Though the Bible, the current Bible that we use, does not illustrate so, but this gentleman went and lived in India. He is also the founder of Kapilavastu and Buddhism. They preach about him. They preach about him. And whatever they do is what he came to teach while on the other side. And that's so many people who impress him, the Indians, they become very strong, very powerful, like Mama Teresa. Why? Because this was a seed. Jesus was a seed. Wherever it went, it germinated. Whatever he did, it germinated. This is a seed they tried to kill, bring down, because the seed was covered and protected. This seed never confessed a defeat, but he always said, we are going to make it. He found Lazarus, he was dead. He found Lazarus 4 days, he was thinking, but he went and asked the people, where have you laid him? But he went and asked the people, where have you laid him? When he went there, he told them what? They told him, this is where. And told him, don't go to this man. Had you come here yesterday, the day before yesterday, 4 days ago, he wouldn't have been dead. But now this man is thinking. He insisted, because he had prophesied. When they were informed, this man has died. He said, this man is not dead, is lying, is sleeping for the glory of God. He confessed. He said, this is not what they are saying. Until you are able to know, they said you are a poor woman, you have lost it, you are going to die. You reverse the words and say, I am going to live. I am not poor. I am not defeated. I am not this. Once you reverse the words, you defeat the realm of the devil that controls and manipulates the forces. That the trouble that you are going through should not bother you, because the honor is inside you. The owner of you is inside that fire. When Meshach and Abednego were inside the fire, the king knew he has thrown inside 3 people. But when they went to look, they said, we threw 3 people. Where is this 4th man coming from? Why? Because in your trouble, God is inside. In your challenges, God is inside, and God will lift you. God will fight your enemies. God will destroy them. God will make them defeated. And you don't pray for the downfall of your enemies. You pray for God to lift you up. As you are lifted up, all your enemies will look like they are going down. Don't pray for their downfall. Just pray for your uplift. You will go higher. As you go higher, they will be left in the position where you left them, and you will be looking at them from a higher position. So for you, it will appear like they have gone down. You never pray for their negativity. Just pray for your positivity. Move forward, and God will touch you. God will make it work. God will make it move. So in the book of John, chapter number 10, verse 17 and 18, Jesus knew what to say for him to die, because he knew, I have to die. He knew that I have to go for the people of God to be saved. For the people of God to have salvation, I have to confess death. But if he never confessed to die, then he could not have died. For this reason, the Father loves me, because I lay down my life that I may take it up again. So he confessed that I will lay my life down for the people. That's, he had to confess, my body has to die. Had he not confessed, he would not have died. So that's it. I lay my body, I lay down my life that I may take it up again. For because he knew, he confessed, I will die and I will come up again. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. He knew that I am down today, but tomorrow I will be up. I will be down tomorrow, but tomorrow I will rise up. I will become that vessel that God wants me to be. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Therefore, it's very important on whatever you say, wherever you say, and where you say it. No disease will ever kill you. No power of wickedness can ever be able to torment you. No challenge, no cancer, no tuberculosis, no whatever you call that disease, no challenge, no enemies, no people that can be able to kill you until you confess so. You must be able to confess for you to be defeated. In the book of Matthew, chapter number 27, verse number 26, how do you confess? How do you say? Matthew chapter number 27, verse number 26. Then he released for them Barnabas, having scourged Jesus, delivered him to be crucified. Having scourged Jesus, they delivered him for crucifixion. So they had to make a process to make the idea they had fulfilled. And remember the previous verse that you've read, that he had to lay his life so that he can come back again. For them, they thought they were doing their will. For them, they thought they are very successful. They have been able to conquer this man. But remember, this man had already laid his life. So when they came, they found a process already started. It was not their process, it is Jesus's process that made it to happen, made it to come. Otherwise, they could not have made it. That is why Judas sold him, because he knew this man cannot die. This man cannot be killed. But already he had confessed and said, I am going to lay my life so that I can come back again. So when these people, they were just but a vehicle to fulfill the plans of God in this man. In the book of Psalms number 23 verse 4, the book of Psalms number 23 verse 4, it says, even though I walk through, even what? Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow, even though I am in the problem, even though I am in the difficult, even though I am facing this, even though I am in a situation that does not look like I'm going to survive, I will fear no what? No evil. That is a confession. I am not going to be defeated. I am not going to die. The shadow of the valley of death is here with me, but I'm going to conquer. I'm going to win. Yes, they have said, they have locked my house. They have said whatever. They have said that they are going to bring you down. But I can never fear them, because if it is not in the plan of God, I am not going to go down. You are with me. You see, you must always confess God to be with you. God must always be walking with you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, God must be with you. And that is saying that I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Because I know when you are with me, nobody, nothing can go against me, because you are God who is most powerful, God who is most loving and caring. This God will never allow you to go down if you confess that he is with you. But if you don't confess for God to be with you, then you're going to lose it. In the book, again, let's go further and look at the book of Joel, chapter number 3, verse number 10. The book of Joel, is it Joel? Yes. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your prunings hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am a warrior. Let the weak do what? Say, I am a warrior. Do not ever confess to lose any battle, because these people, he was encouraging them and telling them, you are a warrior. When Gideon tried to show to God, I am the least in my family, and in our clan we are the least, God stopped him and told him, this battle, you are going to win it as a man. And then he called him what? You, man of valor. Tell that to Sigisi, you, man of valor, you can't defeat me. Hallelujah. I am a man of valor. Then he tells them, tell every one of you that I am a warrior, and nobody, nothing can stop me from winning any single battle. No weapon fashioned against me that can conquer me. No power, no authority can come upon me. And then he says, you shall triumph over snakes and the scorpion, and they will never be able to hurt you. Remember, snakes and scorpion, they have bones that if they get into your body, you are going to die. But you have a faith, I'm going to triumph over snakes and the scorpions, and they will not be able to attack me. They will not be able to hurt me neither, because I am a warrior. Therefore, no matter what they plan against you, no matter what they do against you, no matter what they say you are, one thing I want to assure to you tonight, you are a warrior. You are a winner. You are a victor. Remove that negative word in your mouth. Remove that negative position that you are positioned yourself. Remove those words you speak against you, and you will see how powerful your God is. Because God has never been defeated. Tell your neighbor, my God is in my troubles. The Lord is in you. In every situation. Talitha kum. In every death situation in you, just say, Talitha kum. Talitha kum means, younger, rise and live again. So whatever situation you are in, these men went to that house, and Peter removed everybody from the house. Then he spoke to the girl. And before they left to go to see the girl, he said what? The girl is not dead, but she is sleeping for the glory of God. A confession was made first. Before you win that battle, before you move to the next level of your life, there is a confession that makes you lose your battle or makes you win your battle. That confession will make you go down. That bad confession, that negative confession, that she has lost it, I have lost it, I can't do it again. That is the systematic way of losing any battle. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. You will hold your daughter. That is what he said to this gentleman, this synagogue, was it a judge or a leader? This synagogue leader. He was told, yes, for him he had come to say, my daughter is dead. My daughter is not there. My daughter has gone. Then when they came back, he told who? He told them, your daughter who is dead, according to him, is dead. But according to the man, to God, the daughter is not dead. He told him, you shall hold your daughter again. I want to tell you, if you confess positivity of your life, that daughter who is a business, that daughter who is a ministry, that daughter who is your husband, that daughter that is a wife, that daughter that is dead is coming back. You shall hold your daughter again. You shall hold your business again. You shall hold your ministry again. You shall hold your land again. You shall hold that which was taken away from you. You shall hold again. Oh, hallelujah. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. In the book of Romans chapter number 4 verse number 17. The book of Romans chapter number 4 verse number 17. That this girl, they all thought is dead. The man thought is dead. As it is written, I have made you the father of many nations. This, as they were discussing, this man did not have a single child. as they were discussing this about Abraham, that is made a father unto many nations. He was not a father. He was not even had any idea how to become a father. But they plant the seed of many people coming through him was already being planted. Have you planted the seed of success? Have you planted the seed of success? Are you intending to become successful? Are you intending to win battles? Are you intending, what kind, if you're a minister of the word, what kind of a church do you foresee? If you want to get married, what kind of a husband do you foresee? What kind of a wife do you foresee? If you intend to open up a business, what kind of a business do you foresee? What kind of a plant have you planted? Then he says, I have made you father of nations, in the presence of the God in whom he believed, who gives life to the dead and calls into existence the things that do not exist. So your mind must have capability to speak to those things that you think they don't exist, and you speak to them and say they shall exist. He called upon Ezekiel and asked Ezekiel, son of man, can this dry bone come to life again? He said, you only know, because he knew the secret is with God, because he knew the troubles of these bones. God is in it. He knows this. Yes, they are dead, but the trouble that led for this bone to be dry, still God was in it. And that's why he told God, you only know and understand it. Then God, because he knew this man knows the secret, he calls again this man, can you prophesy to this dry bone? Verse number 18, please. He prophesied to the dry bones, and once he prophesied to the dry bones, he released what? He released life. He released life to the bones. And what next he had is a rattling voices of bones coming together, because of the spirit that came from the mouth of Ezekiel that confessed, live again, that confessed, come back to life, that confessed, God is in you, come back. And the bones came. Jesus went to the grave of Lazarus and he called, Lazarus! Lazarus came up. He was dry bone. He was dead. But Jesus had confessed, this man is sleeping. For what? For the glory of God. I hope he believed against hope that he should become the father of many nations, as he has been told, so shall your offspring be. So as this man believed, with non-existence of any testimony that you are going to become a father of many nations, because he had a wife but he never had a child, and they were working hard to have a child until the wife told him, can you go sleep with a house girl so that you can see whether we can have a child. But God had a different plan. God knew at the appointed time, when I am inside this man shall bear a child that will be the offspring of millions and the billions of the people on earth today, because of that word of believing, understanding, and knowing that today I am with God. Whatever you are going through, whatever situation you are, let God be. Let God control your situation. Let God be exalted. Let God be seen, because God is in your troubles. God is in the challenges you're going through. And therefore, just partake that presence of God in your life. In the book of 2 Samuel chapter number 21 verse 1. The Lord, 2 Samuel chapter number 21 verse 1. The Lord, the level of the organization in your disorganized life is what they look at. Look at them. They have made it, they have done it, they have gone through many situations, and they have completely disorganized you. If you look at the level of the disorganization, how they have disorganized you, and then you look at the level of how they are organized to destroy you, that is when you see the composition of a power that is ready to bring you down. This composition of a power that is ready to bring you down is well organized, is well planned. And what, as I told you earlier, for them to win a battle against you, they will completely disorganize you, through which they think is easily manipulatable. They will use anger, they will use mistrust, they will use anything that is easily penetratable to you. And therefore from then, if it is anger, you start getting so bitter, so annoyed, you don't want to see that person, you feel like you want to kill yourself, you feel like you want to make out of a move. But remember, it is 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 1, please. 21 verse 1. Now there was a famine in the days of David for 3 years. There was what? A famine during the days of David for 3 years. Year after year. Now you can look, see how organized this famine was. Year after year, well planned, that there shall be famine. And David sought the face of the Lord. And to the Lord he said, there is blood guilt, because the result of famine, it is the blood guilt, the blood that was shed. That is what entered into that land and made sure every rain, every cloud that can bring rain has been disorganized. And then they organized, well orchestrated level of sunshine, level of dryness, level of everything, and made sure animals died, plants died, everything died. The level of organization that they have towards disorganizing you. There is blood guilt. For that level to come in, there must be a foundation of it. For that level to come in, for them to be able to penetrate, to attack you, to bring you down, there must be a source. There must be a door that was opened in your life. And through that door, that is what they use it as a confession to bring you down. There is a blood guilt on Saul, on his house, because he put the Gibeonites to death. Even if they had an agreement that for life you will never kill us, for life we are going to be your friends, you are going to be your friends, and you will not kill us. But Saul went against the confessions, went against what they had confessed together, and killed them. Therefore it brought the guilt of the blood to the land, and because of that, drought came year after year for 3 years. Verse 2, year after year there was challenges. So the king called the Gibeonites and spoke to them. They had to write again the earlier confession. What is your confession? What is your agreement? Now the Gibeonites were not of the people of Israel, but of the remnants of the Amorite. And you know the Amorites are those people that they married their sons and daughters. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And none of the people of Israel, but all the remnants of the Amorite, although the people of Israel had sworn to spare them, Saul had sought to strike them down in his zeal for the people of Israel and Judah. So there was a covenant, there was a confession, there was a plan between the Gibeonites and the people of Israel. But Saul, because of the zeal he had for his community, he came and killed these people, the Gibeonites. And after killing the Gibeonites, he forsook the agreement that was there. And because of forsaking the agreement that was there, God was removed. God was excluded in the trouble. Therefore, what happened? They invited a trouble upon themselves. So year after year, for 3 years, there was drought. A king, a similar king, equivalent of the previous king, had to come to cancel that which was done by the previous king. David had to come so that he may be able to cancel that which had been laid by King Saul. So when you find a situation like this one, they are difficult and they causes you to be subjected into troubles you don't understand. Praise be the name of God. We shall stop there. The topic shall continue on Sunday. Hallelujah. Was it a good topic for you? Son, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up because of time. There are people who want to go to their job places, have eaten into their time. Yeah. Tell your neighbor, God is in your trouble. Yeah, so don't worry. Don't worry. He's inside. Allow God to be in that trouble. Don't just fight. Don't say return to sender. If you say return to sender, you have removed God from your trouble. Because God says us, bring all your troubles, bring all your challenges, bring all your difficult things, bring all the forces. Those people who are fighting you, just surrender them to God. Don't fight them. You have no capacity to fight anybody. Just surrender into the will of God. Your enemy, take them. That is why God is telling us, write your vision in the capital letter. If this is your problem, write that vision, write in capital letters, present it to God. Leave the judgment to who? The owner, and the owner is God. May you bring your sacrifices and offering as we worship. Yana mazaka tete. Unaweza Mwokozi, unaweza Mwokozi, unaweza